Hello everyone, it's Jean, and I'm coming back with a project for you today and some other housekeeping items that I really need to take care of. So firstly, I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Foxy at, I'm not sure, let me see, what is her YouTube name? Her YouTube name, I think it's Foxy the Colorist. Let's see. So Foxy, I met her a while back on another live, and she is just one of the sweetest people, and she's a lot of fun. So she asked me to put some things in my wish list from Amazon, and you know, you feel kind of awkward doing that because you know why people want you to put it your wish list on your page. But she got me some really cool things, and I was really excited, especially about the these are called it's a wall collage kit. However, I am going to use these not as a wall collage kit, but I'm going to use these to make a masterboard. So when you pull them out, it has a nice little thank you. And then what these are just glossy. They're kind of thick. You can make your own collage on your wall or frame it if you want to. But I'm going to be using these for masterboard. I may cut some of them down for ATCs, but that is my goal with these. I have a few others, but they came from the Dollar Tree, so they're not quite as nice as these. So I really, really like them, and I hope she knows how much I appreciate them. I'm not going to go through every one, but it's basically a purple and blue. I'm not sure if it tells me. It's called Fardays. It is yours. So I was trying to see if it says pastel blue wall collage kit. So there are the colors, but it does have some purple in it. So it's really beautiful, and I love it, and I can't wait to use my collage kits. Foxy also got me a set of Jelly Roll Stardust, and I'm so excited about these. I haven't used them yet, but once I get some of my projects cleared off my desk, I'm going to be able to play and use some of my things that I got. She also got me a set of their plastic templates, and I have used them already. Thank you so much, Foxy, and Miss have set them somewhere, so I do apologize. I don't have those to show you, but they're really cool. They're a plastic set of squares and circles, and I use those a lot in my designs. So it's similar to something like this, but it was pink. So thank you, Roxy. I really appreciate your kindness. You're just the most generous and sweet person. And I am so thankful to have met you. So thank you so much for the beautiful gifts. Another housekeeping issue is my pink ribbon challenge is coming to an end shortly, and unfortunately I'm a little bit behind in some of that, and it's because I've been taking some art classes and trying to keep up with my videos too, so it's been a little bit of a challenge. Now, right now this week, if I can get, I don't want to do that. I want to go to my community page, and I want to, so last week, so I'm caught up, I think, until the 17th, and then so last week was book plate, which I did do, coloring page, watercolor marker, and flower. So that's what we're looking at that I'm behind on. And then today was mixed media postcard. And the last three will be fabric, stencil or rubber stamp, and collage. So if you are interested in participating, it's still not too late. I may not do the coloring page just because it's going to take me a while to do it. Watercolor and marker, definitely will come up with something cool for that, and flower, and of course mixed media postcard. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I am also, among the other 900 things that I'm doing this month, I'm also creating a journal for a December ephemera project that is being hosted by Louise Hensel and 49 Dragonflies. Her name is Barbara. And I'm really excited to do that. However, I don't have my pages in my journal yet. I do have until the 15th. So, seems like lately I have a lot on my plate. So, what I wanted to share with you today, this is just a regular printable that you can get online. My friend Caroline from Caroline's Craft Tree has some of these in her coffee shop. So if you like this style, you know, hop on over there and get one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this because I like the wording part. And I think I'm going to keep that for this project. And I know this is kind of a scruffy piece underneath, but once you understand what I'm doing, you'll see why we're keeping an underneath piece. And I think it's just a little bit easier for you guys to see on white. If you don't think so, let me know. So I'm cutting off the ends. I'm not really being that particular, but if you follow the lines, you'll get it pretty much straight. So this is the size that I'm working with initially. And this is about like a 5x7, basically. And I am using these images that I got from Barbara, and they're also on her page. She has a website, and you can go there and order these. There's also a freebie, I think, on her coffee shop, 49 Dragonflies. So make sure you check that out. So I'm cutting this out too, because I don't want any of the white, or as much as the white as I can get rid of. Okay. So let me get my brown ink. I know this is not a clean dauber, but it's going to be okay, I promise. So this is just plain copy paper, but I am going to go around the edges because there are some white spots. I don't want to cut into it much more because it'll get really crooked. So just going over the edges with any brown ink that you have, ink pad that you have, okay? Then, and you don't have to, for this project, you don't have to use an image of a woman. You can use an animal, you can use a flower, you can use anything you want for this particular project. So I'm going to keep this here because I'm going to need it. And I'm going to glue her down in the middle. Now, one thing that I will recommend with this project is to make sure that you glue all the edges down really well, because the next steps that we're going to take could possibly cause the image to raise up or come unstuck. So I'm going to just make sure that's smoothed down. And I love the colors of this because this green kind of goes in with this. So that's really cool. Now, after we do this, I want to decide, based on the image that I have, what parts of the image I want to highlight. And I'm going to use a stencil. This is, let me see what this other stencil is. Give me a second. Okay, I don't want to use that one. Okay, I'll just use the one I was using before. So this is kind of a crazy stencil. It's really fun. I got it from Temu. And I'm going to change the dauber cover on this. Where did I just put them? Oh, Lordy. I'm always losing something. Always losing something. And you have no choice but to sing about it, because there's no use whining about it. Okay. I think with this one, because there's so much green and gold and there's even a little bit of orange, I think I'm going to bring a purple in with this one. Maybe more than one color. Let me see. Because I like, well, this dried marigold is cool too. So let me try it first, if I can get it out. So dried marigold, and I'm going to concentrate right here. I want some of the floral ones to be prominent. So there's a real fun thing that I learned or I saw an artist do recently. She put a foam on the bottom of her ink pad with some Velcro. And that way she always had a foam with the right color on it. And I thought that was such a ingenious idea. Why hadn't I thought of that? Why had I not? I don't know. Okay, so that's not coming out super dark for some reason. So let me do this. I'm going to go in with the purple, and I'm going to use a different type of tool and see if that makes a difference. So I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to load it up really well. And I want this flower right here. Now the purple seems to be coming out a little bit better. It could be because of the brush, I'm not sure. But there is the purple. And let me put this flower down here. So this there's a couple people that I have to credit for this idea. The first person is my friend Martha at Martha Makes Art. We were talking about doing mixed media pieces and wanting to know how to get that that really nice focal point. And she said, just use, magazine images. And I thought, that's a really cool idea. So this is not quite a magazine image. However, it is a printed image that also works similarly. Do I want anything else on here? I think I'm going to try to layer and let me get this purple off here. The one thing about these brushes is that it pretty much unloads really well. So let me put this orange right here. I'm calling it orange. It's called Marigold. I want it to overlap that purple one. It's still not coming out that great, is it? Just must be the background color, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay. There we go. All right, I think this will come out a little bit more clear to you once I do the next step. I'm just going to take this orange. I don't know if it'll work. I want to go here and put this little border on. No, not too much. Okay. I'm striking out with the orange. I don't know why. it still is going to add some interesting color to the project. So there's the purple border, and I'm going to put one other piece of the border down here, just partial. Okay, that is fabulous. She's so pretty now, I could just leave her like that with the, pardon me, with the oxide. Now, oxide reacts with water, and if I can find my spray bottle here, I will spray a little bit of water. Now, I know it was right here. Okay, there's no spray bottle here. That's weird, but okay. No matter. We don't need a spray bottle, do we? What we can do is we could take a fan brush, dip it in some water, and just tap it. And what it's going to do is it's going to make some reaction with that oxide. And you can see some little spots showing up. You can see some of that yellow coming through from the purple. Really cool. So you can see spots over here. I don't know if I got any up here on this. Yeah, see that? It helps the yellow come through underneath some of that purple. Very cool. I didn't mean to get that in the middle of her eye, though. Okay, we're going to fix some of that. So the next thing we're going to do is you can take any kind of, I usually recommend using a taper candle because they're easier to shave off. But you just want to take your candle. I usually hold it up like this with an, this is more of a utility knife, not an X-Acto. I wouldn't use your good X-Acto. So if you have a utility knife, that would be what I would recommend. Plus, on a utility knife, the blades are usually a lot firmer and not as wiggly, so they do shave off the wax better. So I'm generously shaving some wax off of here. And I'm going to sprinkle it around in different places. I want some up here where these flowers are. I want to try to avoid her face at this point. And don't worry about the watermark because there's going to be a way that we can fix that. So then after I add my, this is a whole piece, no. After I add my wax, I cover the page with, now there's already something under, I have a big pad of watercolor paper under here. So if you are concerned about it getting too warm, make sure you put something underneath, like a towel or something, or a magazine, and then I put a piece of paper on the top. This is how I do it, so hopefully it's a safe way. And then I have just a little this is like a craft iron, but I tell you, it gets warm enough that you could iron clothes with it. So then I just go over, and it's going to feel crunchy at first because you've put quite a few shavings of the candle on there. So I am just going to go around the edges, and soon what will happen is you won't feel that bumpiness anymore in certain places, and you'll see where the wax is starting to come through. So this was something that I saw, I think Barbara doing something similar as well with the wax on 49 Dragonflies, but hers was a little bit different because she painted some of hers. So let me just make sure I don't feel any more crunchiness. And I really love this process. It's a fun process because you get these interesting looks when you're done. So hopefully this will peel off okay. Come on now. Okay, there's some wax over here. I think that's not quite melted, and that's why it doesn't want to come off smoothly. Let me try again. Okay, now I've peeled that off, and most of the, I'm going to lay this over here because I don't want it to burn anything. So what you're noticing is a couple of things. So you're noticing that some of the water splotches are showing through, which is really cool. You're also feeling some texture of the wax. And then additionally, the flowers came through a lot clearer. So that's great. Now what we're going to do, because we need to fix this little issue here, we are going to, there's a lot of ways we can fix this, and we don't even have to worry about it being an issue, but I'm going to attempt to fix it with some watercolor. I'm going to use I may have to mix a color here. So I'm going to use a little bit of this red and a little orange. And let me get a little white. It still might be too light. So let's see what we have here. So I'm just going to go in here and kind of see if I can cover over this. Now what you're seeing here is a resist because of the wax. So this may not stay. It may stay and it may not stay. So we don't know at this point. We have to wait until it dries. And right now, I'm just going to use it to color that spot. That was weirdly erased. And then I'm just gonna take this pink because I really like it and I don't want to waste what I have, and I'm just gonna run some of it up and down the sides like this. I think we need something that's a little bit brighter, so let's run this red. And I'm not a red person, but I can see where red will look nice on this. This is actually kind of like a strawberry red or something, not a red. And another color I like to use is like an aquamarine. And the aquamarine is really cool too. And you can see that how it's beading up. It's beading where there's wax. So let me show you. Can you see here where it's beading up? Still very cool because it will allow us to add color to it. Now I'm using some pretty thick quality watercolors. You can use whatever you have. There's no need to go out and buy new watercolors or, you know, anything like that for a mixed media piece. The cool thing about mixed media is that anything you use on it is going to be totally fine. Okay, I'm trying to think of what other color I want. I think maybe I'll try some of this. This is kind of like what I would consider a periwinkle. I just remember from crayon colors that this color could possibly be called periwinkle. Okay, so her face to me looks okay. However, I want to see there's something else I wanted to do, and we'll see if this works. I can't guarantee you 100%, but we're going to try it. And it may help the situation with the watermark, which I wasn't paying attention to. She was much lighter cardstock than what the background was printed on. But did you notice when you hold this up, she even is almost transparent because you can see the lettering from the back coming through on her face. That's so cool. So if you're looking for a neat way to make a transparent photo, all you have to do is completely cover it with wax, let it dry, and it will be transparent. So I hope you all had a great day. I have been working my bum off to get caught up with school and to get caught up with other things, and then, you know, there are things that you need to do that you don't want to do, so you'd rather come here and play and make a mixed media piece. So that's what I'm doing. I'm preferring to make my mixed media piece. And that way I can add these pages to my book. I would love for Barbara to see these and comment on them, but she's so busy. I don't know if she'll even have time. Okay, I like the butterfly, but it's not going to do what I thought it was going to do. So I'm going to leave it off. Okay, so let me think. What can I do? Let me use just a little bit of white in here. The nice thing is this is watercolor, so poor thing. Looks like she has a port wine scar. Maybe that's the idea. Maybe we'll just go ahead and do her whole face in a pinkish color, and then we won't have such a stark contrast there for her face. I don't want it in her eye. I'll put some down here and down here. And I need more pink. Pink, 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 and pink. That's definitely the wrong color. What did I do? Okay, I'm not going to mess with her face anymore. We're just going to go with that. And then I want to take some green and I want to go over her eyes very carefully. She has green eyes. And, whoop, that didn't work. It's very hard. She has very tiny eyes. Okay. And I'm going to take some dark red. Just over her lips a little bit. And take this green out since I have a tinier brush. See if I can do that a little better. Sorry, I have to pull this one close to me for a minute, guys, because I just can't see. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. It's not going to do it because the paper's wet. But I did put a little bit of color in her lips and her face. And I'm going to, let me see if I can find my, sorry, nothing was hurt in the process. Everything's fine. I'm going to use this script stamp, and I'm going to use my brown. Right here. Okay, so I've added I think all of the color that I want to add from the watercolor. Let me just see. I might add a little bit of yellow just because it'll brighten things up a little bit and give us a different look on here. All right, very cool. So I'm going to be brave one more time. And I'm going to take our lovely lady. I don't want that green down there. Go away. Okay, I forgot to do something, so give me a second. This is a cool thing that you can do to kind of add some interest as well. Always have at your disposal something circular so you can make circles on your page. And I'll tell you why. Once you see these, you will see how they'll really bring some fabulous interest to your mixed media page. And you can add the circles wherever you want. I just take my my watercolor and I just put it on the bottle. And I stamp various places, and I'm going to see if I need to use any more color or any more. Let's take a look. I'm going to put one down here almost off of the page, and then we'll do one more, and we'll do that off the page here. So that looks pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put 2 more, it's going to be really too much, I think. But I am going to see if I can, let me think a second. I don't have any gold. I don't have any golds. So I'm going to use white for this. And I'm just going to do a little bit of spattering. And again, it just adds some interest to your page. You can choose to do this in black. You can choose to do it in white. You can do it in whatever color you want. After I'm finished that and finished using the watercolors now, I'm going to take my candle and my knife, if I can find it. Oh, it's right there. And I'm going to shave some more of this off, just in a couple places, because it's, I wanted to seal in some of the colors that we added that are watercolor. So we don't need a whole lot at this point. We just need enough to seal those areas. Over here. Up here. And here is my piece of paper. I'm going to use the same one. You don't need to get another one. And I'm going to lay this down. And as I mentioned, it's going to be crunchy at first because you have the shavings. The shavings are kind of crunchy, so. So now, as you can see through this, what are there, butterfly? You're going to get burnt. The whole image of the young lady is pretty much transparent. And it's also going to help seal in those watercolors that we added at the end. So let me pull this up. Oh, wow. It looks really fabulous. Really, really fabulous. I love it. I love that there's smudging here. Now, it does look like some of the white circles went away, which that's okay. We can add those back in if we need to. I do need to get let me see. Okay, here's a white pen, and I know I have a gold one. A gold one. I don't know where. Oh, I see it. Okay, so for the white one, I'm going to do the little whites of her eyes, and over here where we had that half circle, I'm just going to kind of draw that back in. It's because the watercolor doesn't really stay on. That's okay. And I think we may have had one at the top somewhere here. So I don't know if that'll draw it in or not. All right. I need to get a paint pen, and I think that will work much better. Much better. Let me see if I have any over here that are white. I have a black one, but I didn't want black. You know how you need to start labeling stuff? That's the story of my life. Story of my life, not labeling things. There you go, baby girl. You look like you have better eyes. I don't know if this one will work. We'll try it. So when I bought paint pens, I bought two different brands. I bought Tooly Art and I bought Graffiti. And when I got the Graffitis and they were new, they worked really well. But then after a while, they didn't work as well. And so Tooly Art is the one that I really like because it just works. It just works really good. So this is just mark making, not anything special, just something to add some interest to the piece. And this, it will write over top of your, okay. I am going to do one last thing. And I'm going to take the stencil that we originally used, if I can find it again. And we're going to go over some of these edges. Whoopsie doops oops. Okay, I tend to be a little bit quiet when I'm thinking, so I apologize. So you know when my mouth is running all the time, I'm not really thinking, I'm just doing. Just kidding. Okay, so the reason I went over those is because I wasn't a fan of the stark white on here. So I just basically wanted to tone those down a little bit. And to me, That really looks fabulous. We could continue to add layers and layers and layers and layers of things, and it would be totally fine if you wanted to do that. But I think with what we've done so far, she looks really beautiful. And it will be a very nice page to put into my journal. I want to show you one of the original one that I did that prompted this particular process. And this was one that I did that had a little bit more of the orange in it. And it came out really nice as well. So, I think these both are going to be welcome additions to our junk journal. And I can't decide. I'll have to back them if I'm going, I'm probably just going to glue them down to the pages. So there is my project for today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and you could see how you can use different mediums on the same page. We use cardstock and paper. We use stencils and ink. We use water. We use watercolor. We used acrylic pen and wax. So let me know how you enjoyed this project. Let me put my knife away before I chop myself with it. And I love you all very much, and I hope you have a great evening. Bye for now.